Now, I've been gone for like the past 3 months, 2 months. In those 2 months, I've been living my best life, and I've been playing video games as well. A lot of video games, actually. And in those 2 months, I've discovered a new pet peeve that I have for video games. Well, it's not really new, but it's been rekindled the more that I've been playing video games. And that pet peeve is video game achievements. Now, I've had this pet peeve for a very long time, ever since I actually have been playing video games, especially on my PS Vita, and playing these new games has unlocked this new pet peeve within me. It's just been irking me, and what better way to vent out this frustration that I have than on YouTube for everybody to see. And maybe if you agree with my pet peeves, then you can give this video a like, or you can share it, because if this pet peeve of mine is shared by a large enough community and it's spread across like a plague, then maybe the people who actually work at video game companies can see these problems and stop using them. That said, we're about to get into this video, and at the end of this video there's also an announcement. Now, I totally believe that video game achievements or trophies, or just trophies in general in all facets of life, are an inherently good thing, right? Just that congratulations for trying so hard, being able to do what majority of people cannot do, which is why I appreciate Sony for doing the percentages of like, oh, a certain amount of people have only been able to get this trophy. Like, let's say you got a platinum trophy for a video game, and it's like only 1%, 1.1% of players who have actually gotten this game have gotten this trophy. I really appreciate that. Also, the ability to like compare your trophies to, let's say, your friends. Let's say I got this trophy, my friend didn't. I really appreciate those type of things. You're in the top 1% of players that have platinumed this game. I really love that. But then when you look through it even deeper and you comb through the type of trophies that some people have that some people don't, then you really start to see the problem. And I will be listing like a handful of games, a lot of the games that I've been playing in the meanwhile, to kind of give an example of the trophies that I'm fine with, the trophies that I'm not, and what overall I have problem with in general when it comes to like video game achievements and trophies. And I will try and use these handful of games in order to get my points across as fast as possible. Alright, that said, at the end of the day, by the time I'm done with this video, you'll kind of see why certain trophies have such a low achievement rate. Like, a very low achievement. Even though the achievement looks simple on paper, you then start to see why a lot of people don't have it. Online trophies. These I absolutely hate to my very core, although I understand why they exist. I genuinely do understand why they exist in some games, let's say Street Fighter, Tekken, or any other game that is like, that makes it seem like you need a co-op, like Call of Duty, fighting games. Like, I understand those type of games that would require an online feature, right? But the problem is, when you buy a primarily single player game, why does it come with online trophies? That's something I can never fathom, right? For example, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, because I've been burning through all the Naruto Storm games, right? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2 is the only game in the entire Storm series that has online trophies. Out of the 4 games, Storm 1, 2, 3, and 4, Storm 2 is the only game that has online trophies. Now, my problem is not the fact that it's an online trophy itself. The problem is how to get these trophies, right? You need PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live in order to access online features for these games. So that means I have to pay for the console, I have to pay for the game, I have to pay for the online features like PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and then I also have to hope that my Wi-Fi is fast enough. I have to pay for my Wi-Fi as well, and hope that a lot of people aren't connected to that Wi-Fi. So I'm paying for 4 things when I'm not really getting anything in return, and in order to get 1 trophy just to flex on my friends. I don't get that. I really don't get that. It doesn't make sense, especially for me who did not have Wi-Fi until like 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, and the only reason why I got Wi-Fi is because I had to for like school and shit. Now imagine doing that for leisure, and even when I did get Wi-Fi, my Wi-Fi wasn't fast because like I had to get Wi-Fi just for school. It wasn't like anything more than that. Now my Wi-Fi is definitely faster because like YouTubing, video games, and all of that stuff. definitely. But back then, how many people shared that like the same trouble as I did, where your Wi-Fi wasn't fast enough, but you were playing video games and you wanted to platinum the game, but then there were some online trophies that required you to, for example, fight somebody in a PvP. No! I don't want to be doing that. I'm paying way too much money just for a trophy. That's way too much money. And I'm sure you can understand as well. PS Vita had the most online heavy trophies I can think of. Like PlayStation 3, fine. PlayStation 4, fine. PlayStation 5, fine. PS Vita, specifically PS Vita, had the most online trophies. With a PS Vita, I can kind of understand why they decide to add more online trophies for their game specifically. I mean, it's a handheld device, right? I'm pretty sure they would have done the same thing for a PlayStation Portable, PSP, right? But the problem is, again, for me, who did not have Wi-Fi, for example, until like 2020, and I had the PS Vita since it came out, the fuck am I going to be doing? Like, how am I going to be getting these online trophies? Either, whether it be like LAN cable, barely anybody had the PS Vita, by the way. I only knew one person, no, two people in my entire life that had a PS Vita. Me, my friend Neo, and some other dude that I went to primary school with, right? 3 people had the PS Vita. So getting a trophy for like LAN cable, or you either needed a LAN cable or you needed Wi-Fi. No, not a lot of people bought the PS Vita. If it was a PSP, that would have been a different story, because at least a lot of people bought that. But like the PS Vita, barely anybody's buying that shit, right? So why are you requiring me to get online trophies for that game? Specifically, oh, there's one game that popped up in my head, right? Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. Like, it was based on the Battle of Gods movie, whatever. That is by far, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I'm aware, it's the most online heavy PS Vita video game that I've ever played. Next to Killzone. But Killzone's an FPS game, so again, it's understandable for that one. Online games, I don't know how to conclude this. Online games in general, unless they're for FPS games, or they're for maybe fighting games, maybe, I think in general they just need to be discarded. And I'm so glad that most of the games that I've played don't actually need it, right? You don't need to be playing online. I'm so glad they abandoned it for like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 and 4. I'm glad it wasn't in Storm 1. Storm 2 being the only game, pretty sure a lot of people saw the problem with that, decided to discard it and then keep going. I think most games need to do that. They just need to remove the online feature, because why the fuck do we have it? We don't need them, okay? We don't need an online feature. Or we don't need online trophies. I can understand. I really can. But in general, get rid of it. Like, at the end of the day, do not force me to play an online feature, especially if I'm going to have to pay extra, a monthly subscription for that online feature. Like, at this point, I considered only paying or taking that free trial for PlayStation Plus just to platinum some games and then never pay for PlayStation Plus. Like, I don't want to have to pay just to get a trophy, okay? It's not a pay to win, it's a play to win, okay? DLC trophies. Now, Spider-Man 2018 is the best example I can give for this, right? I had completed the game with a platinum trophy. I checked the trophy percentage to see if it was 100%, because like whenever you're like, oh, you finally platinum the platinum trophies, I like to go and check to see that 100% for the game completion, right? Much to my dismay, it said the game was only 60% complete.
What the hell is this?
So even though I had platinum Spider-Man 2018, it literally said, oh, you're only 60% complete. Yes, this is also considering the New Game Plus trophies, which is something I'm going to talk about later on in the game. But it seems like the DLCs for the Spider-Man game had their own trophies, and for some reason, it contributed to the overall total trophies that existed. So, and what's worse is that there are 3 separate DLCs, meaning I have to pay for these individual DLCs, platinum them just to 100% Spider-Man 2018. You see where the problem is? You see where the problem is? The fact that these DLCs are 3 separate purchases plus the New Game Plus DLC or the New Game Plus trophies that you needed to get. So that means in overall, Spider-Man 2018 had 4 game modes, or 4 total games you had to play. The original game, the New Game Plus, And then oh shit, that's 5! God damn, I don't know how to count! That's 5! The original game, New Game Plus, and then the 3 DLCs that you have to pay individually for. Just to get 100% for Spider-Man 2018. This is a problem. This is a real problem that we need to talk about. We need to remove this. Because why the fuck am I expected to do all of this? Just to 100% game. Maybe if they decided to follow the example of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, right? Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 had the original game, right? Where you get 100% for that, you platinum the game. It still shows that you've completed 100% of the game. Then it has the Boruto DLC underneath. So if you go onto it and you click onto the trophies, it shows 2. It can basically considers it as 2 separate games. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 and then the Boruto DLC. Within that Boruto DLC, then you can also platinum that as well. But if you don't download it or if you don't choose to platinum it, it still doesn't contribute to the overall 100% for the original Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. That's what Spider-Man was supposed to do, where I platinum Spider-Man. And then they were like, okay, there you go. There's your platinum. It's 100%. And then there's also a platinum for New Game Plus. Then there's platinums for maybe the DLCs. They actually did that with Spider-Man Miles Morales. So they learned from their mistakes, which I'm happy with. But the fact that it existed in the first place is a problem. How many other games are like this? How many other games are you going to complete, actually get a platinum trophy, 100% it, and then still it tells you, oh no, you're only 60% complete. What the f is this? Remove it, fix it. Thank God Spider-Man did. But I swear to God, if this also is like in Spider-Man 2, I'm not getting the game. Personally, I'm not getting a game where they're going to tell me, congratulations, you completed the game. You did all this labor just to only be 60% complete. Yeah, no. Now, New Game Plus trophies. I don't know how I feel about these. These, by far, in my opinion, are the least problematic trophies in the group because I can understand the desire to play a game again with newly unlocked difficulty and then get rewarded for it. I was like, oh, you played the game at like this new level difficulty. Here's a trophy for it. I can understand that personally. However, my problem lies with games that have unskippable cutscenes. To be honest, this is only applicable to Spider-Man, both 2018 and Miles Morales, because for some reason you can play the game again, New Game Plus, or you can replay missions, and for some reason you can't skip the cutscenes, meaning you actually have to genuinely play the game once again from beginning to end, no cutscenes and everything, just with a harder difficulty. That's really the only problem I have. If they give you a trophy for New Game Plus and you're allowed to skip the cutscenes, perfectly fine with it. Say, here's your achievement for completing the game again with the even harder difficulty. Let's say God of War had the give me God of War difficulty. Then there's an extra difficulty for, I don't know. Let's say, oh yeah, give me God of War, right? That's like the hardest difficulty that you can get in the game. Then when you play New Game Plus, there's an extra level difficulty titled, I don't know, Ghost of Sparta. And then you complete that and you get a trophy for that. Lovely. Perfectly fine. But if you're going to take the route of Spider-Man, where it's unskippable cutscenes, where you actually consider it as an actual new game, that's when we have to fix a problem. That's when we have to remove it. Because that's a lot of effort just to play, or just to get one trophy. And luckily I had the patience for that for Spider-Man, but I'm not always going to have that patience. Come on. And I don't think everybody's going to have that patience with your games. Now, I know I've been complaining a lot about trophies. However, when playing games, there are some parts where I like browse through the game or I play through the game, and then I realize that most games are missing in a lot of trophy content. Like, there are so many things you could make trophies. Like, for example, most games that you'll play on PlayStation or Xbox will have trophies, hidden trophies, and majority of those trophies will be like spoilers for the story mode. That's why they're hidden, right? So it's understandable. And then you can say maybe 60% or 40 to 60% of the trophies would be relating to the story mode, and then the rest would be actual like extra content that you get. But even then, it'll be relating to the story mode. Let's say Spider-Man has story modes like, it has the story mode trophies, which would take, 30 to 50% of the trophies. And then the rest of the trophies will also be related to the story mode. For example, get your first upgrade, get your first suit. Like, those are still pertaining to the story mode, right? So you will get them regardless. Those are just hand-me-outs. But when playing the game, there are some things that you could genuinely turn into trophies. Time attacks. For example, get Esra, get Spectacular, get the gold rank for all of Taskmaster's challenges. That would definitely be something to turn into a trophy, because those are actually difficult challenges. So if you made those into trophies, perfectly, 100%, right? I am so tired of playing through a game, getting, let's say, everything of a certain item, and then not getting a trophy for it. Like, come on, you could actually make that a trophy. And I understand why they wouldn't make it a trophy for certain people, because I guess that is tedious. It's tedious to go around, do a lot of things just to get one trophy. I can understand that. But let's say I'm somebody who likes to get 100% in everything. Whenever I play video games, I love to get 100%. I would like to get rewarded for that, okay? Not just my own self-set gratification where I'll go onto the game and it's like, oh, 100% complete. Outside of that, I want an actual trophy for it so I can show other people. Yeah, I'm not just, yeah. Because like every single time I got a platinum trophy, I would literally just send it to my friends. I'll be like, yep, another game platinum. I love that. So I feel like there are certain parts of the game where you could just add more content instead of, oh, you got a trophy for finding your first treasure, doing your first upgrade, which your first upgrade is tied to the story mode. So yeah, just add more content. But regardless, like when playing these games and you getting these trophies, I think the worst example of a trophy you could ever get in any video game is I'm going to take an example for, again, Naruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm 1 and 2. I think it was also in Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, although I don't remember. But in these 3 games, 2 or 3 games, one trophy that they'll give you is like, thank you for your time. Do you know what the trophy requirement excuse me, it's already bullshit, so it's like, it's here. Do you know what the trophy requirement is? Play the game for 30 hours. That is not a good trophy. I don't want to feel like I've wasted so much time playing this game. Thank you for, like, it literally, the fact that they're like, thank you for your time. Really, 30 hours. Play the game for 30 hours. That's how you get the trophy. I don't want that. I don't want to get trophies like that. That is an actual tedious trophy. I want a trophy is like, congratulations for collecting items and doing this a certain way, getting an S rank, right? Like they did with Storm 4, where Storm 4 really, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 really made me grind through the game. Because in order to get an S rank for story mode missions, you'd have to get like, your HP had to be, I think, 90% and above in order to get an S rank. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine grinding through that. That was enjoyable, right? Because then that S rank actually felt deserved. Not the thank you for your time where you have to play the game for 30 hours. What the f? That makes me not want to play the game anymore. Because I feel like, God, I've wasted way too much time on this. I need to move on, do something else. Like, no, that's one trophy that will deter people from playing the game. In conclusion, video game achievements and trophies are one of the best things, if not the best things, that would come out of a video game outside the actual gameplay, right? It allows you to compare your skills and how hard you tried to your peers. It's genuinely like an actual competition. I even remember Penguin Zero, Moist Critical, Charlie, had a competition with his friend to see who could get like the most trophies within a certain time limit. That is actually a genuine thing that I enjoy. It's like sports for gamers. I really love it. It's a good thing. Trophies have a long way to go before being perfect. But you know what? I appreciate it. Again, just remove online trophies, remove DLC trophies. Because you know what? They make me, I understand corporations are like money hungry and like cash cows and they're trying to steal as much money from you as possible, right? I get that. But I just don't want to feel it. Like, if you're going to be so money hungry, at least make it subtle. Don't, forcefully shove it down my throat. Don't pause. Don't force it onto me. Like, I don't like knowing that, oh, you're trying to squeeze as much money from me as possible. Just make it subtle, you know? And I know like this entire video probably sounds like the complaints of a broke man. And you know what? Yes, it is. I'm trying to play the game, I'm trying to enjoy the game, I'm trying to complete the game, I'm trying to get 100%, I'm trying to platinum it without having to spend more than I have to. Because some of these games are expensive. Some of these games are really expensive, like $60 titles. And yet, they're going to add like online features as well onto that, where I have to buy a $60 title, pay a monthly subscription, and then buy DLCs as well, just to get no. Yes, I'm very broke, okay? I'm very broke. I'm complaining from a broke person's perspective, and I know maybe not a lot of people are probably as broke as I am. A lot of people probably don't want to be paying as much money as I do, okay? It's not just a complaint from me, okay? So this is a request to me, to all developers or all companies. If you're gonna be money hungry, at least be subtle about it. Don't force it down my throat, please, please. Just don't. I do not play around with these, okay? I am just trying to platinum your game and be done with it. I'm not trying to, you know, have to fight extra people, play like 100 online matches just to get one trophy, play 10 ranked matches just to get, like, I'm not trying to do that unless it's an FPS or a fighting game. There are obviously some exceptions, but if it's story mode orientated, if it's story mode heavy, I just don't want to be doing that. Please, please. Please. That's it. That is my complaint. That's my rant. That's everything I have to complain about video game achievements and trophies. The reason why I say I focused on trophies is because, again, I play PlayStation more. We've grown up with the console, PlayStation 1 till PS4. PS5 is difficult to buy. It's difficult to find. But yeah. That's why I went with trophies, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure trophies and achievements are the same for like the same games. Spider-Man will have, like, Spider-Man's a PS4 exclusive. You know what I mean? That said, if you agree, let me know. If you disagree, let me know. If you have your own complaints, let me know in the comment section. The announcement, I almost forgot. Okay, the announcement is that I will start streaming my gameplay onto YouTube. But I'm still working out a schedule that will allow me to stream in between load shedding hours. Load shedding is practically, for those who don't live in South Africa, it's basically this thing where power cuts. Like, I will lose power. I don't know what causes it. I don't think anybody in South Africa can accurately explain why load shedding happens, but it's like regular power cuts for at least like 2 hours, and then power will come back. So I'm trying to find a way to schedule my gameplay or my streaming in between those power cuts. I'm also trying to get a better PC that can handle me streaming my... Actually, no, I don't even need a PC. I can just stream from the PlayStation onto... Yeah, so I think the only issue is I'm definitely going to be streaming more. I'm going to stream on YouTube. I'm going to post on the community tab. I'm also going to be posting it on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. But I'm going to be streaming my gameplay. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube more often. And it's just going to be a matter of me trying to find a schedule that doesn't have to deal with the whole power cuts. Because I would hate to be streaming and then all of a sudden stream like abruptly ends because my power cut, right? So yeah, and I think that's going to be like during the weekends, because power cuts less during the weekends. I think it only happens like once, and then after that I can stream the rest of it, like the entire day. So I might just be doing that. So yeah, I hope to see you guys during those live streams. That's it. Like, if you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. This has been Biscord signing out. Be ever wonderful. Bye. Myself that I'm finally recording after so long. After so long, I'm finally deciding. Let me pick up the green screen thingy. Let me pick up the green screen. Let me record again. I like it. I miss recording. I miss creating content. The only problem is actually editing it. It's like editing the content with this shitty ass PC. That's a problem. But I really enjoy making content. I should make more. I definitely should.